Hey team, in this quick video I just want to go through the concept of process slop because we're seeing a lot more of that in client portals and getting asked to create it and also clean it up. So I just want to go through what it is and talk about how we respond. But first of all, what is it, process slop? Well, here's the AI overview. It refers to a side effect of using AI to create basically business processes. And we're seeing this a lot. People don't think about what they need. They just kind of ask ChatGPT, what should I set up in my HubSpot portal as a starting point, and you get all kinds of answers and guidance. And in other videos, which I'll link to above this, you can see some examples, workflows being created that aren't needed, ports being created that make no sense at all. Interestingly, although this video is not about this topic, if we look at this AI overview, where it got all these details from is actually from my blog post, but doesn't actually reference my blog post in any of these links. You can click on any of these and you'll see the right-hand sidebar change, and it'll tell you where that reference comes from. Turns out it's actually my blog post, which I shared to LinkedIn. So there's a little tip around optimizing your content to appear in AI overviews, even though you share it. And here's the blog post on my own personal blog, exact same content. All the references are given to my LinkedIn article that actually I just copied the content into a week later. So it hasn't even referenced my original article, even though that's the source. That's SEO, that's GEO as we know it. Anyway, let's get back to content slop and process slop. Process slop, because it's kind of an extension of content slop. The difference is with content slop, which is all that content that gets created at scale by AI, it's kind of useless, it's noise, but it's not exactly harmful. Problem with process slop is that people are embracing AI to create processes based on the advice of ChatGPT that are not needed and basically cause problems and future maintenance technical debt, if that's the term. You can read the whole blog post, but here's some of the things that we're seeing. Unnecessary workflows. So I have another video about this where there's workflows suggested to change lifecycle stages, which are just really a HubSpot setting. There's others with complicated workflows, complex triggers and multiple branching which aren't needed. All kinds of things like duplicating properties for storing interim data that wasn't needed in the first place, lists, attribution changes, for example, overriding conversion properties. I saw this in a workflow, and on it goes. And look, we'll talk about reporting slop in another video. So these are problematic because we're seeing portals just getting filled with this kind of junk. And the problem is people don't know what they don't know. And this is the problem that potentially AI solves. I don't know what I don't know. Let's ask AI. It gives me an answer, lots of answers, but I didn't actually know the right question to ask, or it was vague or general. And so that I get these answers that sound like they're helpful, but because I don't know, I just go ahead and I can't tell actually what the problem is. And something we should think about is probably a year from now, I almost feel like we'll be offering a service called Fix Up all that AI process slop. So by that time, people have put in so much junk into their HubSpot portals based on AI advice that it's completely gotten out of hand. More on that in a separate video as well. But for this video, I just want to make sure that we understand this problem, process slop. It's stuff that's getting created in portals. It is a problem because it creates long-term maintenance problems. How do you maintain it? How do you understand what's going on? Why was it put in there in the first place? And quite often the person that got an answer from ChatGPT and implemented it has left the company by then. So you lose all kind of sense of the history and process that went into it. So how can we respond? Well, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that we're there for guiding our clients. So what I mean by that is we might not do the implementation for clients anymore because they want to take that internal and use internal resources to do it. Totally fine. But we want to be there to guide them so that they're on the right path. Remember, a lot of our clients, they're juggling tens, maybe hundreds of different applications and tools that they use in their daily job. So HubSpot is just one of those. They can't be expected to be experts, whereas we can be. So we can give them guidance and just sanity check some of their ideas, make sure they're on the right path. We can highlight, yes, these are the parts to implement, go for it. And then where we can really provide value is at the end, we can do a quick check of it, quality check if you want to call it, QC it, QA it at the end before they go live with, say, a workflow or a campaign or some other piece in HubSpot. So that's where we can really help and make sure that things that are totally unneeded or process slop get caught before they're pushed live in those portals. So that's how we can help. So I guess the final thing I want to say to you, Tim, is just be on the lookout for this. We're getting more and more of this, requests for these kinds of things to review them and fix them. So don't just assume that if a client has quite a detailed workflow that they've put in place and it looks impressive, looks like it's solving something, don't assume it's actually correct. Make sure you do challenge it when you don't fully understand it. Push back if you think it's basically busy work or noise, and especially if some of these things can just be replaced with an inbuilt setting in the HubSpot settings section. Okay, thanks team. I'll see you in the next one.